Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Craig Shepard and this is See Shep Draw, the place where I post up videos every week of me drawing different cool things from comic books to sci-fi to fantasy to horror. This week I'm going to take on Spider-Man vs. Venom. This week I'm starting off with an 11 by 17 piece of Bristol, which is standard comic book paper. I'm using the Pilot Color Eno soft blue pencil to do the layout this time. Now, I mentioned before how the red shows up better, and as you can see here, that is definitely the case. The blue is light to start off with, but it does get clearer as the picture gets more detailed. Now, here I was looking to create a layout which not only had both characters interacting with each other, but also shows the front of both of them so you have that instant recognition factor too. Well, in the middle of this piece, I decided not to leave it black and white, but instead make it a color piece. To do that, I changed up the process on it and ended up going with a hybrid method. So I started off traditionally, but I'm going to go and continue it digitally after the penciling process. I start the switch to digital by first using the camera on my iPad to take a clear picture of the layout. Then I open the Procreate app and create a new 11 by 17 canvas. I import the picture and keep it on its own layer, and then I open a layer to start the inks on. Usually when inking, I use the Studio pen, which is a default pen that comes in with Procreate, and then I set the streamline setting on it so I get a smoother line. I also use a second Studio pen, which I've actually adjusted to get a taper on the line on both the beginning and the end of it, so I can get some details and do some really nice feathering with the lines. And continuing on, I switch between layers to keep elements separated as I work, so I don't have to worry about ruining lines that I want to keep. I use the perspective guide to get a fitting background, and finish up getting the inks completely done. I end it by coloring the piece using the same basic ideas as I did for inking. I leave the inks on their own layer and color the layers I created underneath it, coloring the figures and the buildings and the backgrounds all separately. Once I bring everything together, on the same layer, I go and make sure that everything works as far as lighting goes, and try to make sure that I can get everything kind of looking at like a whole image. So there you have it. That was me drawing Spider-Man versus Venom. I had a blast doing it. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did like it, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification and hit that like button. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know stuff that you want to do. Thank you for the comments on last week's video. I am going to take some of those into consideration. The 10-minute, 1-minute, 10-second challenge does sound like a fun thing to do. I have been thinking about it. I think that's going to probably be coming up maybe in November, December. The Shazam suggestion, that I love that character. I am all for doing that. So I will be probably doing that one maybe a little closer to when his movie comes out. As for why I didn't do Venom closer to his movie coming out, is because his movie comes out in October, and I have a plan for October. Now, I always say that I do all these different videos and I'll draw all these different cool things, but so far both videos have just been comic books. So anyone wondering where's the other genres coming in, well, enter Inktober. So this October I will be doing Inktober once again, but this time it's going to be 31 Days of Horror. And no, it's not 100 Floors of Horror, so there will be no David Pumpkins this year. You can see my drawings from last year if you want David Pumpkins. That was really fun. But this year is going to be all horror movie icons. So I can't wait for October 1st. That's going to be super fun. So until next week, it is back to the drawing board for me.